Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a belated part 2 of chapter 22. Life, as ever, got in the way for all of us. I was back to work, and Techno was buried in his own work and various other things, as one unfortunately finds themselves. Oh, sorry. So, we are at the end of the little tete-a-tete on the rooftops between the gang,
Oh, we still had more? Okay, I didn't.
except for the ones that were still coming after, of course.
Of
Which
course.
we totally remembered these,
Yeah,
right?
we definitely didn't just find that out. Man, that's crazy. All right, it's fine.
But yes, Sarah speaking with Mia now.
Yep, getting some
And
introduction.
they're just kind of having a nice powwow that, oh yes, there are fairies who also have physical bodies. And it's like, hmm. Unlike this ostentatious form. But it's interesting that Mika is speaking, or Mirna is speaking down to herself even there. Like, oh, yes, I don't look anything like as good as this in my physical form. My physical form is corrupted, it's tainted, it's horrible. It's even in this casual conversation, her issues are very clearly pouring through. But Sarah's just like, oh my god, Faye like me, so she doesn't feel so out of place. Clan markings. Almost the only time we get here a thing saying clan mark. Like, we never actually had an explanation what they mean by clan markings. I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess it's something to do with their elemental
yeah.
power
I would assume
alignment.
it's the blue and the water
We
stuff.
know what it physically is, but we don't know what it represents. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like, I would
getting stuff explained to
presume.
you, that's fine. By the Fae is really hard. They're like, yeah, it's just
I
the
mean,
clan
you
stuff.
try to translate concepts that they take for granted is always kind of been challenging for them. Oh, that's lucky. Bridget really is the most Ash of all of them. Like, just when she's finished being crazy at 59, she might will her and Ash are going to cause some damage for sure. This is where we touch on some dark stuff. It's interesting that all of the Fae, it seems, who ended up with their companion shards lost their sisters. It does heavily imply that they absorbed them in order for it to happen. Like, in
Yeah,
order for them to become what they
we
needed to be,
don't get an explanation. It seems like in order to take a higher form, the Fae have to coalesce and choose one to, you
which
know,
makes sense when you consider
do
that
that.
they're mimicking Crow, and Crow is such a powerful entity. A normal Fae couldn't possibly really fit the role, even for a limited shard like we get. So yes, she lives in the forest of Arden. Totally not the Arden forest of Bretonia, just to be clear. YouTube algorithm, not
Oh,
Bretonia Forest of Arden. A unrelated Forest of Arden. Yeah, and see, she's even doing it there. With the context of what we know now about Myrna,
yeah.
she's even. It shows you how deep the damage
Man, I
runs.
wonder if we're gonna see them again. We've got to, right? No, you don't think so? What do you think? We gonna see them again
But
after the new
it,
chapters? I mean, we'll see
after the new
her.
chapters,
We'll see Bridget.
I'm. We'll
But
see Bridget. The question marks are Baihi and Myrna. I know it's a stupid thing to base it on, but purely because Myrna has a icon in the server and a team, I'm pretty sure she's going to be still
I know,
around.
very, very odd for her to get that so early. It could be yeah. I mean, I like using clues like that as well. I think I don't know.
Baihi's a bit
I
more of a question
I
mark.
would be
If we do get more Baihi, I think it might just be like, please leave me alone. I wish to grieve type thing.
yeah, because he's still fine because he's tied to the temple
The
he's at.
sanctuary
Yeah, the
temple. Yeah,
sanctuary.
as far which might be enough to sustain him. We don't know. And the fact he's tied to the moon, like, there's still weird stuff about Baihi that isn't explained. Why is he tied to one place as a Fae? Why does he come descend from the moon when we see him in Leia's arc? But this isn't really relevant to what
Yeah.
we're talking about now.
No.
Yeah, here we see.
Well, a lot of this stuff that we're going
Misaki
through right
and
now is very.
Misaki, who's still using Kieran's name but with a green font.
Man, how far we've come.
How far we have come. But it says a lot that it really just shows even more, like, you know, Sarah is the one supporting Kieran and helping Kieran.
It's crazy that these are the same characters.
It is a lot has happened between 22 and 59. I tell you.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah, you should have played 59 if you're gonna watch this. I should have said that at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, this is always our rule of thumb, so yeah, but it's always worth.
You should be caught up. You should be caught up. But...
You know, Misaki being the angel on her shoulder again. But this is a huge deal. Kieran opening up to someone. In a way, I think Sarah's the only person she can open up to. Because from her perspective at this point, yes, CJ saved her and accepted her, but I think she looks up to CJ so much at this point, it's tough for her to be as honest as she needs to be. Whereas with Sarah, it's much more of a feeling of equals, which I know. Foreshadowing, all that stuff, we know. It's true, trust me.
I agree. I really always felt like early Kieran really felt like she was going to be
damaged.
I know, but I always felt like whenever her relationship to CJ, like it changed. Obviously, it changes as we go through the story, but she really felt like she was going to be like super best bros with him, right? Like in the terms of like they're both similar in the way that they do things. Of like, we're not going to think about it too much. We're just going to press forward and win, right? Like kind of.
Right.
I don't know. I especially at the beginning of 45, whenever it's the beginning of the RGB arc, I felt like that was still the case then. I don't feel that's the same now, but I felt like leading up to that, it was kind of like that.
59, she self-acknowledged how different Kieran is, especially after the events of 58.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even seen what Red Crow is like now either. Like, we see her briefly in 59, but only in her role as the left hand. We don't really like get to speak to her. She just kind of appears for a few panels, says some stuff, and then disappears. But we'll talk about that more when we do the 59 video.
And this is, of course, just some foreshadowing into like we know why the hateful part of Crow is the way she is. But it's like, I saw something that could cause pain, and I felt happy. Taking pleasure from causing others suffering. The Mara.
Well, not just that, but Crow herself. It's hard to draw that line between Crow and the Mara.
I mean, you're filled with a bunch of energy from
it's an open question, isn't it? It's an open question as to how much of Crow's actions and mental state is because of the Mara consumption.
When it comes to that, blaming, as funny as it is to blame Crow for everything, blaming Crow for everything is like, or trying to blame the Mara for Crow's stuff is like trying to blame everything that happened in the story for Crow. Like, it's not, I mean, it's funny.
It's
but
not
like,
that clear cut.
There's no
clear
personal responsibility, and we have to, like, it would be like really easy to go, oh, but it's because she consumed all the Mara. And I'm like, well, yeah, but she's the one that did that. But if she had to do it to survive, I'm like, okay, but she's still, the Mara aren't like mind controlling her. Not really. I mean, it's kind of just like it's the consequences of you doing that leads you to be this way.
We have to bear in mind that Crow was never a weak individual. I do wonder how much influence they actually had over her. And how it worked over time. Like, I can see them being something that made her worse, but I don't know if it's enough to say that it removes her responsibility.
Well, here's a really good look. We see how she is in the Crow log, right? And that is presumably before. I mean, yeah, it's obviously before she consumes any Mara. And at the very end, she gets very, like possessive and like, I won't let you leave type, like.
I mean, to be fair, that was an extreme situation.
But I say understandably.
And we know that.
But like,
Love is obsessive.
The Mara can amplify those things. It's not like,
Yeah.
Like Sarah has shown her moments of like, I'll fucking kill you, and we
Yeah.
know that she isn't going to. So it's like it's amplifying those bad parts of
The
like,
Fae are innately very intensely emotional creatures in a way that I think humans can't quite fully grasp. I mean, even CJ doesn't grasp it until really just before 58, when he basically reaffirms his bond with Sarah and accepts even her obsessive and darker side of love.
oh yeah, oh you talk to
And
Mizzy
yes,
again.
this is when Mizzy was still referred to as Hayato, because she is technically, she's the part of Jamie's soul that would have been overwritten by Hayato, but it didn't really work, so she only ended up with like all those memories and some of his mentality, but not a lot of it from far.
Yeah, these earlier chapters had a lot of
odd language.
Odd language. Yeah.
Well, it's still settling into what means what and what words to use, but also I think it just does kind of reflect also that we know that Mizzy is basically a sorceress / witch going forward. Like, she's the most proficient in magic as an art out of the group.
Yeah.
I mean the others' powers are all instinct. Yeah, the others' powers are all based on intuition. In a real sense, Mizzy's the only one whose magical abilities are a product of her innate intelligence. She's the wizard to their sorcerer in D&D terms.
That's really interesting. I don't think we had Mizzy talk about this before. She says she's like Teresa. Sarah says that, and she says
that's more of a spiritual sensitivity, which kind of links into
I can see the
saying.
present, no causes, no conditions. Useful sometimes, a bother most else of the time.
Yeah, I do wonder if that's actually a way of describing the spirit sight that we know Hayato had, and that a couple of other characters have in the story. I suspect that might be what that is that she's just talking about the fact that she could just see spirits.
My God, it's a gold ring. You know what that means.
Stop it. Oh, God, the number of times you've had people asking about that in the past. Well, not so much these days.
No, rings don't matter. I mean, they do, but not in the way that...
Well, they do, but not in the sense of it. You have to be careful, because...
You should treat older chapters not as seriously when it comes to the rings.
At least outside of key scenes. Stuff like this is just kind of whatever. I mean, basically, a ring is gold like this, like a wedding band gold. Generally speaking, it's like just an inactive ring. When they're red or when they're like this, it's like they're inactive. Although it also can just be different. But this really also establishes just how much Mizzy is. She feels so guilty for being Hayato. This is a lot of why she is so protective of and puts herself in second place to Jamie, which kind of I would like to see her get past that, because I don't think even Jamie really wants that, but I do get that's kind of intrinsic to who she is, especially going forward. But I would like to I don't know, I just would like to see, it's my personal preference, but I would like to see Mizzy take on a more central role, because she is the other half. She's not meant to be in any way lesser.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit by ourselves, but I would also like to see, knowing what we know now in 59, well, it's really 58, but it's 59 confirms some stuff. Having Mizzy being more like actually showing up as the other half of Tsukiko with Jamie would be
I would love to see a Tsukiko. I would love to see a Tsukiko mode where Mizzy is in the driving seat. I would love to see a Tsukiko
I understand why Mizzy's the way about this, because she explains it like she's gonna let Jamie take the front wheel and do all the stuff that
it's worth noting at this point she doesn't think she's going to survive. She knows to her this is a suicide mission, and she's totally okay with that in terms of herself, and and she even thinks that's just like a good thing. Yeah, like she blames herself for all these people being dead. Like, that's millions. Like, she's walking around with a lot of guilt just because she has Hayato's memories, and in some limited sense is him. I do think that that's kind of why Mizzy is so sacrificing of her own happiness when it comes to Jamie. That guilt is kind of a defining thing. Like I said, though, I think it's something that we don't talk about it, and it's always presented in a more positive way, but it does. Well, I am a little about it.
Well, knowing Anon, if it's really a big issue, not big, but like if it's really an issue we can work with,
Yeah, maybe. But I also
it's
have to. But we also
got
have to bear in
potential for it
mind
to
that
be
like
fixed.
Anon is only human, and
Yeah.
with such a large cast, some things are going to fall through the cracks. That's just how it is. Like, it's not realistic to imagine otherwise.
Fine, we've got 41 chapters left. It's okay.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time, even if we've also got plenty of issues to get through between all the characters.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Fine.
But yeah, no, this whole conversation is really just basically to define who Hayato quotation marks is at this point. But yeah, she's an artificial life form in a very real sense, so that probably is another part of why it's limiting her willingness. Yep, Crow.
Oh.
This is Crow at her craziest. Is this whole bit?
Yeah, look at those eyes, man.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen her.
Those are
Pure Crow
black.
beauty crazy. Pure crazy right there. Yeah, this is Crow literally being the devil in his ear, which is funny as we've seen Misaki being Kieran's angel. Like, dude, she's just like, kill him. Take her power. Absorb everything.
I think that's a good reminder. I mean, we
Yeah,
deal with
of
the
how
stuff.
time.
Like, disaster began 4 decades ago. Here, it's all been of 3 days.
Millions of people dead in 3 days. Can you imagine how that's affected the world at large? Like, anyone they send in is just disappearing. And Crow actually is quite clever in how she appeals to him here, even if she can't hold back her savagery. She's like, look, all these souls are suffering. Just consume them and their suffering ends. But yeah, we also see Crow is very masked off here. Like, I don't care how many people have to die as long as you survive and get stronger. I do not care. She's at least more upfront than she has been for a while.
I love this, though. Those souls on this rooftop have no idea what they are, but you do. You haven't been lied to, not like this.
Oh, boy, that is not correct.
Oh man.
God. Oh, Crow.
Oh man.
Crow.
That's crazy.
It shows you how damaged this Crow is, though. It shows you how...
That's
like,
almost a non-son of a bitch moment. That was pretty fucking good. That was pretty close.
But it's also worth noting that she is right. They don't know that they're shards of the god, and none of them...
What's up, Niall? You can take their power, merge it with your own.
But yeah, this is where we learned it in the first place. And we said for a long time that
they
CJ
barely qualify as living. Mere fading embers fleeing your burning glory. Man, Niall... Niall would have loved this version of Crow, man. Oh my god. Man, I'm telling you what, we are lucky we are lucky that didn't happen for sure.
God, can you fucking imagine?
Yeah, like
he's not good enough for her though. He's not good, ironically.
An already fucked up fairy in the place of what's her name? I can't remember. Niall's fairy. Yeah, Namar. Fucking. Oh my god.
I mean, this also shows you just how good Crow is at working people. Like, she is just that.
And what's crazy is when she talks about Sarah, she's like not telling a lie. She's like she is telling the truth, even if it's fucked up.
I mean, of course she does. Because even if she doesn't know that Sarah's Crow at this point, Crow knows how Faye thinks. She is one. She knows how far their obsessive love will push them. Yeah, she is the OG. So. Especially when they're bonded to their love, to Elanath himself.
Poor CJ, just cut back to reality.
Just snapping out of that little frozen.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, dude? Because this is a very innocent CJ in a lot of respects. Like, this is... In many ways, to me, this is CJ at his most shonen throughout Chapter 22.
Oh, for sure. Since the beginning. Yeah. I mean, look, we're in a different world. We're dealing with, existential threat.
And he's at his most purely like I'm the hero. This is the right thing to do. No doubts, no hesitation. Just, I'm the pure shonen, like,
Stop turning
stuff.
people
But
into
it's
half
also
souls, sir.
yeah, and it's
Brandishing
like,
the
but it's
sword.
also at the end of this chapter that I think we see the first major crack in the mask with how he handles Jamie's near death and then the toy's sacrifice. In as much as he doesn't, as you'll see when we get there, he just locks up.
And
This all just feels real all of a sudden.
Yeah, he is peeking through
There
a
are
little
bits.
bit.
Yeah, he is peeking through a little bit, like, because this is like you can't just coast by on charisma and stuff like this.
Yeah, it all went great. Everybody was fine. Hell, everyone was better after that. But now, I don't know.
I mean, this is also what Eleanor says to CJ in 58, in a sense. CJ has been forced to walk the walk as the idealized version of CJ of OG that the goddesses have in their heads. Like, it's just a basic fact. When you love someone, you always see the best version of them. That's what love does. It changes the way you view people dramatically. Imagine having those beliefs, especially with the mania of the goddesses, projected onto you and made to be your reality.
I love how this scene happens right after Crow being on in almost the same position as Sarah here. Like, but she says just the opposite of everything. Man, it was so obvious.
Yeah,
it was incredibly obvious.
But that's the element. That's how you do a good twist, though, right? Like, that's how you execute a good twist and a good foreshadowing is making it in hindsight as obvious as you can, but only in hindsight. You've got to leave it at least somewhat open. Oh, this is also where she shows. This is where she shows him her world.
Oh, right.
So you're gonna have to, sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're used to it by now.
But this is also very interesting because, man, I wonder whose soul this flat, open space of water reminds you.
Okay,
of.
in our defense, the other side had been typically represented by like a giant lake of water, okay? Like, it wasn't super unique. We thought.
Still, but as we went along, the similarity became more relevant.
Yeah. No, I mean, it does. It makes sense of like why Crow's thing looks like a giant, sea and everything like that and whatnot.
But hers is all like storm-tossed, capped, like, constant, like, obviously in constant motion. This is its opposite. It's serene. It's, calming. And it gets even more so the case when you realize how it connects to how this part of Crow is the Hebe and Orxo part. This is the part of Crow that is closest to Hebe in terms of power alignment. And Hebe shows them that she takes them to meditate in that kind of state under the waves, completely calm, safe space. It's important that echo is noted, I think, because it really does show.
Mm-hmm.
They're describing the world now, a few decades, maybe a century or two.
Australianham.
Mega Sweden, as we call it in the group, because fuck trying to say that several times all the time. But this is Mizzy narrating us through what this place was like before everything. So it's like a small-scale mega city, basically.
How long was Mizzy here before? Was it like, did she just...
16? She was here for a few years. She was here for 2 years, I believe. No, year. In a year. She was here for a year. It says my year here. If you go back a few years, she says that. In my year here. I wonder how she survived in that year. She clearly did alright for herself, so she ended up with a bike. Yeah, this just describes the emergence of the portal and the half souls and how the effects spread and spread. Just hearing them is enough to detach the soul, and that apparently empowers it. It's very
Yeah, it's
kind of,
yeah.
We
talked about Hayato.
Yeah,
Doing the
like,
thing
this is monstrous. Like
anything for my own world at the expense of everybody else's. Like, I'm the
I mean,
good guy.
like Mizzy said, this world had this city had 100 million people in it.
Yeah.
How many? And if it was transitioning, like killing people just by hearing, how many of them were killed? Like we know that he's got hundreds of thousands of souls here now, but how many did he expend to make this the portal bigger and to create Tsukiko in the first place? Because that's what he was doing. He was feeding on all those half souls and using them to make more, to make the steps, as like the mixing agent to create Tsukiko.
Imagine if Haito succeeded. Good.
I mean, in a sense, he did.
I mean, no,
It's
he
just
did,
not on
but
his
not
own
in the way,
terms.
not in the way that he wanted. I mean,
Yeah,
he would
just
have
not
been
on his terms.
he would have been in control of everything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, with how Hayato is, I mean, do you think he probably would have utilized the god form probably?
I mean, it's impossible to know. I mean,
Yeah.
I can only presume that he probably would have captured CJ and consumed him, and then tried to use that connection through him to fully unravel and drain the goddesses and
Yeah.
take their place, knowing his ego. But that's like, I mean, whether that would have worked or not is pretty unlikely in my opinion. The goddesses were way more than he understands at this point, so. Yeah, that's an interesting line. Go back. Raw creation is inimical to ordinary life. Emotion is given cool form and power. This is one of the more explicit moments where the comparison to the warp from 40k comes through, which is, I think, this is where one of the few times you also get a description of what those creatures are with the half soul giant.
Mm-hmm.
They are creations of emotion. They are the lingering emotions given form that are, angry or afraid, negative emotion. So the Mara aren't the only expression of these things, which makes them somewhat special.
And then the daylight somehow negating and dissipating.
But I would assume it's the fog itself, which is burning off, and that's probably what they needed to exist in, because this is still, the barrier isn't fully broken. It's just incredibly thin because of the breach. Because you have to remember, this isn't a hole into the other side per se. It's a tunnel through. So it's like the other side energy is like dust from a tunnel that's kind of just flowing out through the inflow.
All right, now
outflow.
we get to see our favorite characters show up.
Yeah, the gang doing their Final Fantasy VII moment where they
dead. No, I'm just kidding.
So no, from right to left, it's crazy. No, from right to left, it's crazy. Dead, ascended into fairy godhood, ascended into ultimate reincarnated Buddha bodhisattvahood, half of a goddess, dead,
Crow crazy,
suicidal. Oh, and don't forget Sarah, of course, who is I think probably at her peak at this point.
Yeah, she's
Like,
teacher's pet still.
She's teacher's pet still, and always will be. Yes.
Yep.
And they sense the ambush being laid for them.
Oh wait,
it's interesting that Seema was in. Yes, he's not in the wide shot. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and neither is. Oh well, we he's not here, so yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yes, but by he isn't.
That's probably why. No fairy. You don't get to be in the shot if you don't have a fairy.
If you don't have a fairy, that you got it must be this fairy, this fae to pass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as I know, see, this is Alan kind of showing his youth here. Like, he comes across initially as being quite he knows his shit, but I think he's actually a lot more inexperienced than he pretends. But then, CJ has the blind bravado of the goddess's wishes upon him. And Rodell is from not Bretonia in the not Warhammer world. This is a Tuesday for him. Walking into certain death against an unknown eldritch horror, that is a Tuesday for people from his world, especially as a knight. But Crow is really just hammering home the point here. This is a really fucking dangerous place. I can't help you much. Do what you have to do to survive, and that includes eating the person you care about. Do that too. I do wonder if Crow is kind of pushing this in part as an echo of what she had to do like with the Mara. So it's like her on some unconscious level saying, if he does it, then it's okay that I did it. You know, maybe just in a dark corner of her mind, if she even like knows that she remembers it. Yeah, if they succeed, he and Jimmy would power. Like that's a huge assumption, and I don't think Crow is correct in that. I think she's just kind of saying that as like a. It's not really true, but it's a way to motivate CJ. But it's also not a lie either. So
I feel like it gives you the I don't know. I feel like once you get to a certain level, it gives you the stepping stones to get to the ability to do
yes,
that.
like it makes it possible.
If you're able to get to that point and you're not stopped, it seems like it's kind of like a cascading effect where you can kind of fuck stuff up.
I mean, what beyond a certain point, spiritual power and Oot and like power level is much more about what the concepts you wield and how you wield them than it is raw strength. Like it's all about domains, understanding, awareness, harmony. Like Elanath, when he's full harmonized self form, he absolutely creams Nile, despite Nile ostensibly having a higher power level.
Well,
because he's not in alignment. He's not in alignment with his own strength. It's as he says, Nile's power is a tower of sand. It's tall, but there's no substance to it because it's stolen power. It's borrowed power.
Also, when you get the powers and the memories of Elanath, I feel like you can do a lot with a lot. Like, you can do a lot more with less. You know what I mean? Like it's really easy to
pure
beat
experience
somebody.
Right, if you've lived billions of lives, many of them probably at least being somewhat spiritually inclined as like shaman, wizard, sorcerer, whatever.
I mean, come on, yeah. I mean, look at all the other than Seema, like look at every single one of the CJ shards we've got. They're all fighters. I mean,
well, even Seema is like a sage hermit type. So
yeah.
he has powers. He's just not someone who's about.
No, he does, but like he's not. Yeah, let's say not directly.
But he still. But he probably has
very.
Seema has very refined senses. Ooh, that's one of a good line from Crow. Ooh, you didn't think it'd be that easy, did you? Oh shit! Then CJ, like, here we go.
Oh my god, it's Mask Girl.
Girl, mask form. All in tastefully rendered and accurate Swedish. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty clearly being deliberately done by Hayato, pushing this small group of survivors.
Okay, to be fair, I'm really not trying to defend Alan here. Like, why the fuck are we asking Alan? I'm being serious. Why are we asking
Alan? Because Alan was the one who said it, and you have to take responsibility for words, right? Like, Alan shouldn't have been cocky enough to say, "Oh, there's no one else here. Everyone else is dead." He didn't know that.
Probably because Alan was like, "There's no way there's anybody on this planet that's that stupid to be here." And he's like, "Why are there people here?"
Doesn't matter now. They're as good as dead. It's ironic that Crow is convinced that CJ is her beloved when she should know that her beloved would never leave innocence behind. It shows you how far gone she is.
Yeah, but I say she's not in the right mind.
Which is also one of the reasons she just hates herself as much as she does when she realizes that. Like, that realization at the end of Vic's arc is I don't think we really can properly conceptualize.
She's really egging him on to kill Jamie. He just keeps piling on the consequences of what happens if you don't get to the end and kill her.
Yeah, and if you're just looking at it from a purely pragmatic, selfish perspective, she's not wrong. But, like, it's just not who CJ is, especially right now. Like, because right now
when you look at a problem with a only kill lens, you know, like the solutions become a lot clearer and simpler, but they become very few, you know. Alan, pull out your gun.
Does he even have his gun at this point? Yes, he does. He does, doesn't he? But this is a far more immature Alan. I would like to point out. Like, this is Alan.
No, this is young Alan.
This is young Alan. Like, I don't think this Alan has lost his capo shard yet.
We don't see the rings yet, so we don't know.
No.
It looks like young Alan though, like from the flashbacks. Like, oh, I think
It
it's the
does.
same
It
clothes
does.
too.
I think it's the same clothes and look, which heavily implies this is Alan when he still has his car.
Oh my god, that guy's dead.
Which does kind of put a slightly different complexion on what he's about to do, because he'd want to be alive to get back to her.
Shit, they got insert masculine Swedish name here. No.
Bjorn, obviously. But it's interesting that Kieran doesn't even really blink. And no one does. Like, everyone's just like, we should just go. Even Sarah says we should just go. And then Rodell. Oh. Like, it's interesting that Rodell never really gets that much screen time. But, like, in a lot of respects, on a moral level, he is an inspiration for CJ. Like...
I really like. I love Rodell, I really do. But like from Alan's point of view, he's like, yeah, this is an unwinnable fight.
Wrong.
And the guy with the sword's like, no, we're gonna fight this. And he's like, what are you fucking talking about? We need to leave now.
And like I said, from a pragmatic perspective, he's right. We've got way bigger problems. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't think Alan is a coward. Like a lot of people call him that. I think he's just someone who is so focused on the end goal.
I think Alan's a much more complicated character than him being just an asshole or, you know, being mean to Myrna. Like, I think I've said this time and time again. Anon included these characters for a reason, right? That they're there to contrast CJ for multiple reasons of him being these are what the normal shards are supposed to be, right?
Yeah, like Rodell is all the heroism of Elenath, right? The most idealized heroic form. He's self-sacrificing, does not yield on his, does not yield, does not give up, always does what is right, regardless of the cost to himself. And yeah, literal knight in shining armor. And Alan, though, is the other end of the idealism pragmatism spectrum. That ironically, they're probably just as...
I would rather die with valor than give it inch.
I mean, and who else says it almost exactly the same thing in his vows? That is, especially as we see Rodell echo with Elena's sword form during 58. We see Rodell's shade appear over his shoulder in the same pose, showing that this is where he's getting his sword skills from, and the nobility of it. But they do represent three very big aspects of Elenath. The heroism, the sage wisdom of Seema, but also the reluctance. And then even Alan represents that. Bam. Even Alan represents you don't ascend to a level of power without some degree of ruthlessness, without understanding the pragmatic elements, even if you're not going to go down that road. Oh, what a shame.
Anyway.
Don't feel bad. Ironically enough, in a sense, this may actually work more for CJ further down the line. Because once he's more himself, seeing someone who wasn't controlled by the goddesses behave that way may have been a good source of inspiration for him. Showing him that you can be heroic without some fun on his, without being forced to be so. By choice.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I really wish that, I wish that had talked more. I know we talked with him a bit, but...
that talk with CJ and Rodell at the beach house is actually one of my favorites of that.
Oh, no, for sure. Absolutely. I'm really glad that was there. I would have been really sad if they had what happened the next chapter.
And who knows, we might see a little bit of Rodell turn up if we do more internal stuff inside CJ and Eleanor.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if, taking the throne and the sword, I wonder if... Because the sword is connected to all people, right? And it's supposed to be connected to all people, past and present and future.
All places and times and people.
Yeah,
yes,
I wonder if we'll get some more content with. I don't know. I'd be surprised if we did. We're kind of. I feel like.
Even if it's just a few glimpses to show that he's there. Know. I think we are. I mean, as we'll do when we talk about 59, CJ is his character arc is more or less done at this point. Like, there's still obviously stuff to do. But anyway, back to actually 22. We should try and keep us somewhat on track.
Well,
Even
yeah.
Seema steps
I mean, this
up.
is a fight scene, to be fair.
Yeah, but Seema steps up. But it's still this important stuff. Like, Seema stepping up. You know, Bridget's there. Myrna's there. Alan's the only one who doesn't want to fight. But it's not that he doesn't want to fight at all. It's just that he doesn't see this as a fight worth fighting. I do wonder if that's because if he's been struggling dealing with the Kione shard in his world already, whether he feels that he's so heavily outnumbered, like he's so used to being the weaker individual that his instinct is to avoid a fight that isn't necessary to win.
I mean, it's just
Like,
it's just a different way of thinking of like, cool, why even bother?
Because I mean, on a purely pragmatic, the numbers don't lie level, risking this gambit for like a handful of people almost certainly aren't going to survive, even if they manage to save them in this moment, doesn't make sense. But that's what makes them heroes, right? That's what makes you a hero, is to choose the path that doesn't make sense and still make it work. But yeah, Matoy here being drawn straight through, like she doesn't come through CJ. She, you know, they go through, but she arrives inside Jamie/Hayato's world, drawn to Jamie, which really shows the strength of the connection. It does make me think also that it really kind of is one of the initial big indicators to me that the triplet maids were meant as servitors right from the beginning. They were meant to be servants, even spiritual servants.
Yeah, I mean,
for Hayato, when he
them
returned,
fitting in the way they do, it does seem to be pretty intentional.
Yeah. And this is Jamie at possibly her lowest point, like in the whole of Oot, is in chapter 22. Like, she's, you know, she thinks that she's pushed away the man she loves. She thinks that she's now trapped in this world with her nutjob grandfather, who's forcing her to stare into a void of endless souls in screaming agony as he prepares her to become a god that she doesn't want to be.
I do wonder, when Hayato...
I mean, a lot of what she's saying here is also, sorry, just quickly, a lot of what she's saying right here is also Mara logic. It's Mara speak. She's like, I'm only suffering. I only bring suffering to people around me. So many people would be better off if I didn't exist.
Yeah. God, it sucks that we can't go, well, this was calling forward to what's going to happen later. Because every single character except Ashley does this. Like, has a moment.
At least
like
we find out why Ashley doesn't need to. Like,
it's true.
We find out why Ashley.
I mean, it is still Mara related. You're right. Yeah, because everybody else but Ashley doesn't have the problem.
Exactly.
Oh, what was I thinking of Hayato when he? I can't remember what I was going to say.
So we both lost something precious, something we only get one of. And that's not ever really answered what that is, not directly, because it's not meant to be directly said. It's a conceptual, ephemeral thing. We were never people to. I mean, that's also a big part of what's wrong with Hayato. That he's right. Even his own blood are tools to some degree for Hayato. I honestly feel like the only side of his family he actually gives a shit about is the K side of his family, and that's because he cares about K.
Hayato standing on his giant orb
of black sun. Yeah. He's standing on top of a black sun with black to the left, white to the right, with a bit of each color mixed in and reflect. Like, come on,
dude, look how cartoonishly evil he looks at that fucking face.
I mean, this is the thing, though, right? But this is the thing, right? Like, that Hayato earns the scenery sharing because he is, for all those mistakes and fuck ups he made, he has achieved some insane stuff.
Fucking Mr. Not the main villain, still the villain in chapter 56? Like,
yeah, 58, all the way 58. Up to 58. I mean, we don't know what he is now, but see, she'll need powerful enablers. You should be overjoyed. After all, you'll finally get to fulfill the purpose. Go back one. You finally get to fulfill what you were born for. See, that really does imply to me that it was a design intent thing for.
And then
for
Mom's eyes open
because she hears her daughter's name. She's like, "My daughter's here." So there's still some of her original self there.
What's her mom's
That's
name?
that's Mizue.
Yeah, it's
The original Mizue.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who she was named after, or vice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the original Mizue. And yeah,
The
what's that?
color looks so not
Different?
Oh, there you go. That would make sense. I was like, why does it look normal now? That's why.
Hello, Hayato. Who the wait? It's his grandfather. The monster reveals himself. God, I do love Rodell. He's got he does have a very punchable face. You're right, Kieran.
Hey, he looks kind of familiar. Huh.
Well,
I have
say hello to your granddad.
I was about to say, congratulations. Now you know.
This isn't his true form anymore. Yes, futile threatening violence and shitting on my appearance.
Yeah.
There are more important things to listen, fuckface. DJ sounds like a schoolyard bully here. Real, like, he genuinely does. Charming. God, he really is just such a piece of work. Sure, why not? I'll let you close it. Not like the screams affect any of you, and, you know, it'd save me the hassle. At least, I think so. See, that is such a Hayato thing. He says something with complete confidence.
He's like, well, it makes sense if the connection that brought you here closes. Why wouldn't it just send you back home, right? But he's also like,
Probably.
But if it doesn't, I don't fucking care. Goodbye. You know.
And Sarah, what did you do to yourself? Yeah. I mean, I do wonder if the reason Hayato is so aligned with Amara in his thematics and nature is that he inadvertently...
You should have died on those fucking steps and saved everyone the trouble. Holy shit. Let him know, Mizzy.
Leave? Oh, I meant them. You and I have other business.
Fucking snatched.
Just gone. Sarah just freaks the fuck out, because of course she does. Especially after those promises get made. But it's interesting that Seema knows exactly where he is right away. Like, his senses are very refined.
He's very in touch with the soul, and it seems like it moving made him go, this is where he's at. Yeah.
He can read the flows, as they say.
Oh, his chi moved somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. I can sense
Chinese CJ.
You're dead. True. Yes, I am. Yet here I am. Quite a conundrum.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Dude, I picture him with an English accent.
I forget how much of a fucking smug asshole he is. Because he's like, yes, everything's going to
why
plan.
though. Like, he was the richest, most powerful man in the world for decades. Like, his ego, you get where it comes from. It's not like it's unearned. After all, I made you that way. You'll find Hatsune. Oh. Excuse me for... so polite, even now.
Orb.
And her mom,
Hello,
though she doesn't know
child.
at this point, her mom
Take
reaching
the
out to
scepter.
It's worth noting that it is incredibly important that this happens.
Yeah.
It's quite likely they wouldn't have succeeded if this hadn't happened. Hayato's arrogance in just leaving the toy there, thinking that she couldn't possibly do anything, when her mom is impaled right there, and he knows how intensely his mom... Like, Mizue Senior begged them to save her kids, even more than herself. She's talking about the Mara here, if you think about it. What she saw there were the Mara, not just the half-souls, but all the Mara as well.
Could be. Yeah, could be. We don't really get a good explanation to what, like, the... Also,
I mean,
I would say, we don't get a good explanation to what the scepter is either.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clear how much Jamie actually remembers of this whole sequence. Like, she knows kind of what happens, but she doesn't remember what she was seeing in detail or what it meant.
Yeah, well, that seems to be
Want to know how
I
he
mean,
got
Jamie
it? Yes, I
literally
would love to know.
Jamie literally says that in chapter 59 as well. So you can't remember some things.
You moved that. Doesn't matter. It's meant for her anyway. Still getting acquainted, huh? Shush you. The tenor grits my teeth all the same.
No,
I
I don't think you will.
Look, he might be an asshole, but the man has style, and, you've got to respect it. Knowing what we know now, why expect more from a stillbirth like you? You weren't made for your mind after all. Like, he does know back then that CJ isn't really. They thought it wise to give a childish retard like me the fire of the gods.
Oh, early Oot, how I love you.
Utterly savage.
I love it.
The very end of our species masquerading as a high school.
I mean, to be fair, everything he said to Grandpa has been like
bully
literally
high
at that level.
Like I said, look, you said it earlier, right? So you are not a human being. You don't deserve mercy like one. How convenient, though, that you get to decide who's the person and who's not, so that means you can pass judgment.
I mean,
that's pretty remarkable.
once again, Hayato's not wrong. I mean, realistically, he doesn't know the nuance.
Yes, but his meaning here is very clear. It's not like you can say like a true consciousness AI isn't a human being. Doesn't mean it's not like worthy of the same rights and protections. It's just a different form of life, which you could make the argument that CJ is and isn't. Like, the whole point of Elenath is that he's mortal most of the time.
This right here, I mean, definitely gives more to your she's saying the Mara thing. I've seen what they'll do. There won't be anything left. Nobody. They'll take him. They'll take him. This is why I was made. This is what I was born to do. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I really do believe that she's actually talking about the Mara here, even though she doesn't realize what the Mara are, because they don't have any context. They can't tell the difference. There's fierce debate even now between people as to whether or not the half souls are Mara or Mara are half souls, and what the link there is.
Yeah. She even mentions the 4 right there.
The 4 right there, yeah.
Yeah. Man, it was all planned. I mean, to be fair, we know pretty quickly that that's her role.
That's worth the son of a bitch. That's worth the son of a bitch counter there.
I mean, but we know, like, next chapter soon we know that her place in all this is to be the, piece that holds it all together. I don't feel like that's super... yeah.
No, I meant her seeing the Mara here and talking about that.
No, for sure.
Yeah. You're not strong enough to absorb all that power. What's not yet? Well, you give you a little boost. Not enough, but enough to allow you to take this gift of power. All you have to do is kill him. Kill that thing and devour his energy. Ironic that Crow and Hayato give exactly the same advice.
I know.
Stop their plan before it even realizes what it is. Talking about CJ knowing his true nature, which he doesn't learn until 51. I mean, it's interesting to see that he says that. I can force you to do this.
Yeah, because right now that's what I was going to mention earlier. Right now, he has a great deal of control over everything.
Yeah, I do wonder how much, whether he'd have something afterwards or not. Probably not.
Well, okay.
Who knows?
Hold on. I think at this point, he's still the strongest. He's still the strongest in the connection between him, Mizzy, and Jamie. And then after this, it's clearly the Tsukigo, combination of all them. But then remember, I think it was at the beginning of Ashley's arc, or the RGB arc, that he's able to manipulate things that Jamie hears by using little itty-bitty bits of the goddess powers that she has and stuff. Like, he still has the ability to pull on the strings and stuff. He even says that. But it becomes significantly weaker after he loses here, which is kind of the point. He's able to force her to do it. He just doesn't want to do it because I'm not a bad guy. And it's like, okay, maybe you're maybe not in that way, but come on, man.
No, very few villains recognize their own evil. They just think they're justified in what they do from one way or another. But Matoya again here is the essential component. Like what she does here breaks the balance.
And she dies here, and then we never see her again.
And the quantity of tits in Oot drops by like 26% just with her death.
Yep. Don't worry, everybody else gets bigger boobs for some reason later, and it evens out.
Yeah. Inflation affects us all, you know?
True.
So true. Yeah, so we see the gang having a good old fight.
Yep. Oh my god.
Yes, that is a Yamcha.
I was about to say, was that the Yamcha pose?
That was a Yamcha pose, yes. It's not the worst pain I've ever felt. I just, wow, like, even at this point, she's referencing what she feels from fucking Alan on a...
I mean, it's probably what she's referencing, but, like, it's so funny, like, everything that comes out of her mouth is like, man, yeah, that sucked, but not as much as this.
That's what trauma like that does to you, though. Like, that's what it honestly does. It leeches into...
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, didn't you fucking leave with Alan? Yeah, I forgot about that. You did leave with Alan, and you came back.
Yeah, she came back. Because she made a promise and all that jazz, and she is a fae, so they keep their promises, especially to somebody she's obviously got a sense of kinship with.
Yeah, I do wonder.
I do hope we see more of Miana.
It really doesn't make sense that she would. I don't know. Like, we get to see Bridget around. There's no way we get rid of her. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like, the relevance here is crazy. Who gets to stay and who doesn't? It may not matter. We may be past the point of fairies sticking around.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I still think one plausible scenario is that they send them to. They send they send Baihi and
I've seen this in a long time. I forgot how
Bridget.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, my mental scenario that makes sense is that Miana, Baihi, and Bridget end up staying in CJ's pocket world, where time is slow enough that they can just, heal on their own pace. And if they're bound to Sarah, it's also going to be very healing for them. So yes, they are now confronting the Orb, which is the part of the portal that spewed them out here, and presumably also where Hayato's held up. But we also get to see Miana have something else. She obviously refers him to the Elin Nin thing, which obviously means a great deal to someone who's been denied her love in a very horrific way on an emotional level.
I really wish it was super. I wish I could just hate Alan. Like,
yes, it would make it a lot easier.
It would make it super.
But this is the thing. Like,
I feel really bad for her, but I'm at the same time, I'm like,
as messed up as Alan is, it doesn't justify the way he treats Miana.
No,
but at the same time, you can't just wholesale hate him either.
No.
So it's
like
a very bad thing.
Here's the thing. This is Alan's entire character. We've talked about it before. He's actually right. He's actually right, but the way that he goes about doing, like, his actions in result of being right are wrong. Like, it's ridiculous.
He thinks being right is enough. He thinks being right is a bulletproof vest, and it's not. But it's also really interesting that Miana here gets something that no one else outside the Crowlective of the Fae gets. Well, except for technically, I suppose Teresa does, but she's kind of a special case. Mm-hmm. But she gets, not only does she get that, she does this to Anya's theme, which we again don't hear very often. You want to
know something really funny? I've never mentioned this before. I don't know if I swear I've asked Anon this and he didn't answer me, but I may have not. The combat version of Sarah's theme on YouTube doesn't it you know whose picture it is? It's Jamie. It's Tsukiko. but it says
Yes.
it's you know,
Combat
Sarah's
theme.
themes, but it's the combat theme, and I was always like, why? Like, I understand that it plays here, but why would you? Why would you do that? Why would you do
I
that?
couldn't tell you. It could just be Anon just throwing us a red herring. He does that.
I mean, it
It
could be just an old video stuff, but I'm like, knowing Anon, it all like whenever I saw that, I was like, this means
But yeah,
something.
but like I was about to say, she is the only character outside of the goddesses and the collective to get what we are about to see, a title screen with title, I might add.
I know. Again,
And
why
she
like,
is-
are we seriously telling she's not going to show back up?
She gets a visor, which I know it's in the form of a mask, but come on!
Yeah, it's even glowing.
The Dragon of Eternal Spring, Miona. Which, man, like,
I
just want to put out there, we have one for each of the seasons now.
do we have a dragon
Miona-
for each of the seasons? Because that's
Yes,
what we do.
sort of. Not the dragon. What we've got is the Dragon of Spring, obviously Miona there, connected to Hebe. Sarah is Summer, the Summer Tide. It's literally in her name.
Yeah.
Crow is Winter, the Winter Scold, which just leaves the slot of Autumn open, and you could make the case that Kieran fits into that slot as the Burning Passion,
Mm-hmm.
because we know that burning is associated with Carpo, who is Autumn. It's just. I know it's probably making something out of nothing, but it's just interesting. With
No.
logic as well.
I fully agree with you. I really thought, like, even like, I don't know, a lot of this stuff, as we've gone on to the newer chapters, I just wonder if it matters more or at all. Because I seriously thought we were going to get a dragon for each of the seasons, and that was going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Because because it was like the dragons were extremely relevant, and then it would have like
I mean, it's
Crow
mentioned in
the
Carpo's
old
arc.
form of her being, you know, the Kitsune, like Fae,
I
like
mean,
the original.
I mean, it's worth noting that it's mentioned in Carpo's arc when Leia visits with Tasima's place with CJ that dragons are rare. Draconically aligned Fae.
I know.
Are
That's
rare.
why I was like, we've got two. This is chapter 22. Like, we've already gotten two. Like, I thought we were going to get more. It was kind of my point.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
And a
But,
title
but
card.
I wonder if it's more to do with like tier. So like dragons, Kitsune, and a couple of others are probably like high tier Fae. If you see what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It's that being those kinds of entities is a reflection of how high your level is. That you take on these sorts of traits as a sign of a particular power.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, but anyway, I genuinely think just because of all these things, in fact, she has an icon on
I wonder
the
if we'll get more
Discord.
about this stuff in like Oot 2 whenever it's more relevant to like the setting.
I guess, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because that's going to be based in Niles World, which will be all a fantasy
Which will be
setting, so it would make
fantasy.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, look, Bridget says that she's able to move around in her Fae form in the real world. I mean, like, it's even more closely to the other side than any of the other worlds, you know? It's gotta be somewhat relevant. I mean, we never even get a good explanation to like what the lady is that Rodell like
CJ
we
here
assume
showing-
it's another shard, but we don't know.
CJ here is showing the full self-sacrifice of the shonen thing. You could kill me. I'm going to stop you. And James like, no, I won't do it. But CJ has no intention of doing this, like, at all. Right, because, you know, he's, like I said, he's full shonen still. I'm not going to do it. Fuck you, man. And Grandfather, for the first time, shows a crack in his demeanor. Because, of course he does, because guess who? Isn't this your triumphant victory? Am I spoiling the moment as always? I do love how much he
the
hates
beef
Crow.
between Crow and Hayato. It's just wonderful. Too bad we don't get to see more of it.
It literally cracks his veneer as soon as she turns up and monologues at him.
That's
Just
right. It was me.
It was me, Hayato. I was the one who jacked you.
I'm the one that tricked you and gave you fucking nothing. It was me, Hayato. I'm the one that pissed you off for no reason.
The thing is, I know Crow's being a bitch here, but this is one of the times when she's completely right. Like, this is to her advantage how right she is through this whole thing. Like, yeah, she did give you what you wanted, Hayato. You could have just coasted by on that power and knowledge and wealth and what it gave you. But you decided that you wanted more. You decided that you were going to be the hero that saved everything. And look what you became. Look what you did. You and I didn't have to do a damn fucking thing. Piece de resistance? You fucking killed yourself in hopes of getting more. And she's right. Crow never had to do a single thing. He did it to himself.
And this is her kind of telling the truth. Like, all I did was enable you with the tiniest fraction of my power. Like, kind of implying that she knew that he didn't really do anything. She kind of just egged him on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now this is just being mean. But then this is Crow at her worst, so she is kind of, still in her full-blown psycho bitch mode. And he just, instantly tries to kill her. Which, acceptable. And she's like, nope. Oh, them? Feel free to kill them. I doubt you can, though. You can't even scratch me. She's right,
I mean, the power level. Like, this is, Hayato's an exceptionally powerful, fucking sorcerer here in the
but
other
he's
side.
Still not, yeah.
It's just, you're dealing with the people that, get... She's been
the
around
founding,
for so
the
long.
Founding,
it's
yeah,
unfair.
exactly, Now, where were we?
Kill Jamie.
I mean, the button is about to appear, but it's just really... this whole sequence is just really well done. Both of them with the proverbial devil in their ear.
I know. Which is super funny that Hayato still has him okay, cool, now time to make you kill him.
But, I mean, this is the downside of being souls. They're not physically present, so their ability to influence them is limited.
I hadn't played this in a while. I do not...
It's still really good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's still really good. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if Crow's lying to him there, but I do suspect that he may have planned to control her transformation, Hayato, I mean, to control Jamie's transformation into Tsukiko.
Yeah, we don't...
In a way that would have left him able to, puppet her, even if he couldn't be Tsukiko. He may well have left some strings.
I think it has to do with what Matoi does in saving Jamie that allows... That cuts the connection. He doesn't cut it, but, he's no longer on the top of the controlling, aspect. Because won't... Because he won't have all the power. She will, but he'd still be able to control her, is what he thinks. I mean, he's... probably right.
Yeah. This is that little sequence of lines from Crow was the source of so much
the
discussion.
rapist, the two-faced psychopath, the pathetic paternal stand-in, and my short little backup plan, which isn't even what do you mean?
The irony that Crow is talking about Hebe with that she doesn't even know Hebe herself. The irony there is rich. Do it!
Yeah.
Best skill, Scolding Radiance. And she knows how to sell it to him. Save everyone. It will cost you Jamie, but everyone else will be saved. And then the button.
No, I'm an Oot Cast player. I'm an out of touch player, and I don't want to kill Jamie. Let me go to the Oot Discord and complain about it. No, I'm just kidding.
That has happened several times. Okay, we've legitimately had that. People come and say, "Did I miss something? Is there another option?"
I know. I'm not trying to make fun of them because they're at the beginning of the game has a lot of choices, and there are some things you can miss, in the beginning of the game if you don't do some stuff. So. Seeing the kill Jamie button and being fuck, did I mess up?
The blazing the only this isn't for me. And at least Crow here is she really is believing that she is doing this.
No choice, huh? And that was it. That was the one thing you didn't need to say to him.
That's all you can see.
Look at the ring.
Yeah, the now active ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then of course he calls her out. It's like kill or be killed. That's all you can see, right? It's like I said earlier.
You can't. It's true. That's one of the few times that CJ at this point shows really attention to detail. Crow never says his name ever,
Mm-hmm.
and he calls her on it. He's like, "You can't even say my name." I think you. This is like this 100% is speaking truth to power with Hayato. There, he's like, "You want this to
I'm
be a
calling
zero
a spirit
game."
nuke. Everybody dies.
Boing, bitches. He just unsheaths his mighty magical schlong. But that's literally what he basically does here, is just let out so much mana all at once, it cracks the shell open. Got my girl! I've forgotten how much I like Jamie's clothes in this sequence. Like, they really do suit her well.
You the return of the best.
But I've got blood in my veins and love in my heart, which is more than you. Like I said, this is the purest shonen moment.
That's right. That's right. No, this is it right here.
Yeah. Like, this is literally peak shonen CJ. I mean, Grandfather instantly is like...
I'm gonna say, he keeps saying, like, you wasted it. And I'm like, you're the one that started it. Like, come on, man.
The copium is strong with Grandad. I love it. And then this is where he's like, what?
Oh. Yeah.
Yep.
My wife.
One should have wifed. And it's just true that he cracks the other way back to his human self here. And it's enough that she actually lands a blow, which she should be able to do. And then, can you imagine how it feels to him to see Crow right there over the shoulder of her? Completely. Crow is such a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, the early Crow enjoyers that like go, yeah, I like how fun and evil she is. I understand. I truly do.
No, I totally buy that. No, 100%. I'm one of them. I adore it. It's great.
That part of the Crow fans in the early days, I'm like, yeah, I understand. I understand why you're like this.
Even Kieran, even Green Kieran, aka Misaki, the cinnamon bun, is angry. And she's just like, I didn't do nothing. Yeah.
And then this is the part where, unfortunately,
No, it's not. It's after this, but she has to do her. No, is it now? No, because I think she's dying. You're right.
Isn't Jamie dying?
Yeah.
Here? I think Jamie's dying.
Yeah, she is. Her soul's breaking apart. Yeah, I mean, and it makes complete sense that they think Matoi's going to die here because they didn't know about the pre-existing compatibility of souls with her being intended to be a servant.
Doesn't her soul get obliterated here?
What, Matoi's?
Yeah, isn't that kind
Matoi's soul melds into Jamie's like bricks,
all right. Well,
like mortar and bricks.
Then
so yes and no. Like, it's one of those things that's kind of contradictory. Like, if it wasn't for the compatibility Matoi and Jamie have, it wouldn't have worked that way, and she would have just been straight up dead. Technically, Matoi's soul isn't even in her body right now. It's in Jamie's all the time. Yeah. But yeah, this is really interesting because we see CJ have his peak shonen moment, and now we see the cracks in the shonen mask because.
And I was gonna say, Sarah being like, "You can't be that for her. We still need you. I still need you. I can't let you do that, CJ."
Yeah, like she's saying it in a tearful, heartfelt way, but she is saying that it won't work. And CJ doesn't know what to do. He's paralyzed. He doesn't say anything in almost anything in this whole sequence. It's all just like exclamations of like, "What? No, what?"
Well, I mean,
shonen logic doesn't work here. You can't just like will this to be fixed. A problem like this. It's not how it works. But it makes total sense for Toy to be willing to do this. Like she's, considering what her life should have been like and what the life she ended up with and the family of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it undermines her sacrifice that she survives this at all, because she didn't know. None of them knew.
No, I don't either. I
know some people feel that it's like
it's a
cheat move to keep her alive.
No, but I have to see the story. If this story did this a bunch, or like more than what it does now, like I don't think anybody dies and comes back. Like Kay is dead. Like, okay. Technically, this kind of happened with Kay, in that we think that her soul is now with the Hebe world, right? Because she's connected to K31.
It's at least connected to it, yeah.
Yeah, so we think that
we
her
know
soul
that it
is in
takes
the
a
greater
while.
collective now.
Yeah, and it takes a while to be absorbed into the greater collective, because as we see with the souls inside Kione, so it's not an instant thing.
Also, the ghost squad's still around and stuff like that. Like, so souls, don't get obliterated too easily in Oot. I don't feel like it's an inconsistent logic thing. Nobody else I can think of in Oot has, other than Kay, has a similar moment than this. It doesn't do it very often, so I don't care. Like, this is fine, because then later we learn, like, how deep the connection is between Matoy and, like, this is all, like, later we obviously just get a bunch of stuff like, did you really think this was all random? Like, all the things that led to this. Like, if Matoy doesn't do this here, nothing else in the story matters. Jamie's not alive. We can't get the Tsukiko is the centerpiece. All the stuff that happens doesn't happen, right? Like, so many things had to happen to get to that point. And,
Elanath himself says it to CJ, like, that Jamie is a miracle in the purest sense. And that's coming from an entity who's lived, we don't even know how many lives, and was a peak deity of creation for eons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for a being like that to say that Jamie is a miracle carries more weight than I think we can generally give it credit for. And that also just, it's a miracle, like, the fact that the gang managed to make it this far is a reflection of their own grit as much as luck.
Yeah. We got to give more respect to Matoy, though, for doing this, though. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But she has the Tsukiko eyes for the first time here. Well, second time. Actually, sort of. We see them briefly when she's staring into the maw of whatever he's exposing her to. So many decades, you have no idea how to talk to her offspring.
You're the one to fucking talk, woman. Okay,
real. And it's interesting that Jamie gets Hayato's theme tune here.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at her eyes. They've been white the whole entire time. These are Tsukiko eyes. These are not Jamie eyes.
This track is usually associated with Hayato, and now it's Jamie taking ownership of this track. But I do wonder who she's actually listening to when she's hearing this. I mean, we know what, like, it's the souls, all those souls that are around. But it's interesting that she's able to hear them in that way. But again, I do feel like she's talking to the Mara here.
She's hearing the half souls, at least the ones.
She is, but I do wonder if it's more than that. I do wonder if it's the Mara as well, that she's on some level. Like, we know there must be some connection that led to the creation, or like her becoming queen of the Mara. I think this is it. I think she hears these half souls and the Mara that are connected to them or through them or are them, maybe even. And I think that she's talking to all of them. You don't have to carry your sins alone. The pain is not the end. But this also shows that Grandfather doesn't really fully understand what he's created, like, at all. Rise on wings of hope from this purgatory.
And she says, "There's no burden too great for me to bear."
Good for me to bear. Yeah, like, she's in a lot of ways. This is echoing what CJ says as Elanath in 58, or like. Not echoing, he echoes her, I should say. Yeah. You see none but your own godhood in my reflection. And this is, yeah, the yin and the yang, black and white. Hope and despair. You've made one grave error.
The end of this.
The
end of
yes,
it. Yes.
The end of despair. Which is... we now know there are so many layers of meaning to that title, as you would expect from an entity of that caliber. I am not... You see, and again, this reflects Hayato's hubris. He thought that because she was his granddaughter and subject to his designs...
Oh, look! This is a miracle!
Not the way you intended. Yeah. Because something truly... Yeah. I mean, she absolutely speaks truth to power there. But he doesn't care. All he sees that his plan is work. Like, this shows you how far gone Granddad is at this point. But in a weird, fucked up sense, he's genuinely proud of her in this moment, weirdly enough. With the heart inside, her mother, the love of her love of a true mother. I think this is also the first time we get a boss theme, isn't it? Oh no, we get it in Crow's fight as well.
Kira not understanding anything. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I mean, she's a simple girl with simple tastes. No. This is one of those few moments where you see a glimmer of humanity in Hayato, where he actually does respect her for standing up.
Oh, poor Kieran.
The wharf of Oot in so many ways. At least when it comes to these combats.
Let it be the most combat-oriented character in Oot, and then let them get their ass beat all the time. I guess it's unfair. Sarah also gets thrown around quite a bit too.
She does, yes, yeah. But then she's Teacher's pet, so it's, it's never going to be quite that bad with that. But it's really interesting that now we know about Mizzy's shotgun, we know what it's mimicking, or what it is. And we know its origins with Cameron. It's really strange that she's using it. Like that's still some unanswered questions.
Oh my god!
There, I tell you.
Oh look, the
Mara
fucking Mara touch.
Yeah. It's amazing how this kind of matches what you hear from her as well. It's interesting how different Jamie's manner of speaking here as well. Like it's a halfway between Tsukiko's kind of very flowery language and Jamie's much more fluid, normal tone.
Oh, look who's that! Look who's in there!
Right there. Look who's looking up at us!
Look who's in the depths of.
She's about to emerge and show some power and be really good about it.
I forgot that she had the long nails here.
Yeah,
she shows back up with them later, and I thought that was an interesting choice. I forgot that.
And the chains coming out of the skirt, and the red. It's interesting that she has a red jewel there.
Well, no, we don't have a crow piece yet. Yeah, we don't have a crow piece yet. Interesting. Yeah, I thought maybe that was like
a crow piece thing. No, maybe it's just a.
I think that's just her. Isn't that
up?
Just part of her normal uniform? Or am I wrong?
I think so. I mean, it might
could just be an upgraded version.
Because remember that the Crow red power is not unique to Crow. It's a particular combination of powers.
No, I know. Well, okay. We say it's not unique to Crow, but it kind of is. Nobody else has the red. It's a combination of the two on the other side, but we don't see it anywhere else. I feel like saying it's not unique to her is not fair.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even see any other fairies with it.
We see it with Kieran.
Yeah, but it's not. You know what I fucking mean, you fucking idiot.
The darling's in danger. Stand the fuck up, bitch. Let thy glory radiate forth.
That's right.
Time for CJ to do what he does best, be an absolute showboater.
I'm glad that we got this CJ back too.
Yeah,
we're so
but a more
back.
mature version. But with
Oh,
a more mature version that's not quite so naive as this one. What was once bluff and bravado is, now something much more concrete. Uh-huh.
Oh, uh-huh, knives.
We want shoe on you. Now.
Yeah.
And she doesn't try to stop her. What's left of Mizue.
Look at that smile.
Yeah, what's left of Mizue Senior. Letting it happen. Oof. This was such an emotional gut punch. It still is, but especially the first time round.
Oh, mama, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. No.
Okay, I'm good. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're very manly. We don't get choked. I see. Isn't
My
bound
other
to she
grand-
can't follow us here. You did it, Jamie. You win.
Referring to Mizzy as the true heir. Yeah.
No, referring to Jamie as the true heir.
Oh, really? Well, she was referring to that failed
Jamie's
copy
the
of
failed
me.
copy.
She isn't, not really. Oh, I guess
Jamie
she is.
is not.
Yeah.
Copy.
The person she is referring to is Jamie.
And my place of the world is faded away, which is literal because it seems that when whatever happens to him happens, like when a spiritual entity leaves and cuts their karmic connection to a world, their memory of them fades from that world as well, seemingly. Which is why Gloria doesn't remember CJ's name.
I love the way that I don't know because I guess we don't really have conversations with Hayato like this anymore because he understands more. But like,
yeah,
if I had known what you'd become, I had blown my brains out on those alley steps. And he goes, "That makes two of us." Like, I don't feel like we get that anymore. It's really good. It's fucking funny too.
Yeah, it's hard to do that at this late point though, when there's so much like story.
Sure, it's me going, yeah. Man, we don't really get that anymore, but it's fine because we get more different.
It's a different kind of good. It's a different kind of good. Yeah, a different kind of good. Yeah, it's really interesting. This really does connect so much. Like this image is so, especially with the stars in the background. If you go back, the stars in the background. Where do we see that again later? Like that kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, yeah.
That's what happens with her body when he touches her as Elenath in 58. Her body takes on that appearance of like stars. Yeah, and Granddad is like, maybe you're right. And he's like, nah, scratch that. I still need to fucking kill you, but just in a different way. On my turn.
Well, now he's failed, and he's going to go back to the drawing board and figure out what happened and where he went wrong and all that.
Well, he's going to watch, right? He's going to watch them while he's visiting all these other worlds.
Because I think the next thing he says, he's like, I understand more now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And here comes Oh John, one of my favorite tracks.
I still really wish we got some stuff like this for... Like, I'm really happy this happens for Mizzy. I really wish this happened for Misaki. I wish it did.
I mean, the thing is, her body already exists in the world, and Kieran's
I know, but the same thing can be. I know. You can say for Jamie and Mizzy.
Well, no, it's different. It is different.
They're the same person.
Yes, but it's not the same soul. That's the key difference. Also, that's why Mizzy being restored to the timeline is such an important thing. There were always twins. There were always twins. Like, Jamie was always a twin to Mizzy. Because that's how it made sense of
because
what was happening.
Kay was a Hebe shard in... No, that's
not what that is.
No, I know.
But, like... But, no, it's... You know, it's...
I do
it's
actually,
just...
unironically, though, find it interesting that, like, we got the twinning thing with Jamie first, whenever we got, like, we're introduced
I know you're going to kind of hate me for saying it, but, like, if it's connected at all to, like, if Jamie was made from, like, and Tsukiko and Jamie as well at a basic level was made from parts of the goddesses, including Hebe, then maybe that's where the twinning element came from.
Why would I hate that? I agree with what you've just said. Denying that would be... I know what you're referencing. Denying that she has parts of the goddesses in her would be like not telling... It wouldn't be intellectually honest. Like, I know that she does. My problem is with how that's represented later, and I'm hoping that's not the case, which I don't think it will be after playing the new chapters.
Well, we'll worry about that when we do 59 at some point.
Yes.
But this is Mizzy's seeming last monologue where she's speaking as both herself and Hayato, kind of, because at this point the barrier is pretty slim between the two of them in some senses.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting how she spent so much time as Jamie, yet she's so different from Jamie. But at the same time, she is Jamie, like just in a very different way. Like I really wish we had more time to explore, and we get more time exploring Mizzy and Jamie's dichotomy, rather than it just kind of being there, taken kind of for granted. But it's a small gripe at the end of the day. There's so much to explore. But yeah, it's interesting that Jamie / Yasuko pulls this off. Like, she seems to just pull out this chunk of power, and then Mizzy forms around it, kind of. And this is really interesting that she ends up here.
Oh yeah,
this
is the Sky World. Yeah.
Yeah, this is CJ's most inner sanctum, Elenath's sanctum,
which, of course, Tsukiko would have access to because of all the stuff that we know later. Oh, the orb's still there. Yeah, the orb is still there.
It's very funny that CJ even now doesn't quite grasp that she's a she.
He's just so retarded. It's ridiculous.
Like, and at least we now know why. Like,
it's so
literally.
Yeah, I know it has an explanation. I just really wish we didn't have to. It's fine. I don't particularly enjoy it, but it's not because it's written poorly. It's just I don't enjoy it as a trope.
That's valid. And I think it's kind of being mocked here, so it's not like it's being directly involved.
No, I know. Yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously, except for this part, like the instance where he fucks up. That's
just accepts it though. He just accepts it though. Like, once she tells him, she just,
Yeah. All right, Jamie, hit him with it.
I'm a femboy.
You wish.
Sorry.
This is where it would be like.
Patch. No, I know
yeah,
this is going to shock you. I know this is going to shock you and many of our viewers, but unironically, I actually prefer Jamie as a girl. I don't think she needs to be a femboy. I'm fine with Viking as a femboy.
I would hope so. Yeah. Dude, I forgot how silly this was.
Yeah. I do maintain that his ignorance is the goddess.
Yes. No, I'm willing to. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I would be really upset if it wasn't. If he was really just that dumb. I feel like being blind to everything else allows him to be blind to some other things, even if they're not specifically those 4 goddess-related things, you know what I mean?
Well, that's all the more reason to be blind to someone else being interested, because the goddesses don't really want to share him with anyone else.
That's all. Actually, you mention it that way. I thought about that at first too. Whenever we were going back over these, I was like, I wonder if that's a good explanation, because that was the whole thing with Anon being like, no, CJ's not stupid, or whatever the argument was. Like, there's a reason why he is the way that he is. Right? I think that was before we knew, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight in for that kiss. Good lad.
And Vic.
Vic taking yet another L.
Man. And then
Wow,
it ends
the girl with
crying.
the girl with massive abandonment issues sees her man kissing someone else.
Yeah.
Sure, that's not going to have any negative impact.
And then we get the correct timeline of having the twins. He names her Mizzy.
After the woman, Missouri, after the woman who helped raise her, because apparently she was adopted into the household at a young age.
I still remember this reveal being super cool. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's like,
I was like, that's what we're doing? And then the whole explanation of like her being retroactively shunted through time.
Retro causality, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, look at that shot. Look at it though. Yep. Look who it is. It's fucking on. Look on his one side. Crow on the other side. Crow.
Nice pillows.
Oh my god, great pillows. Peak pillows. If you think about it, it really complements each other well, because you've got the chest pillows from Kieran and you got the butt pillows from Sarah, and it's just perfectly balanced. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, it is a very touching moment. Man, because I remember the first time. I have no shame in admitting I cried like a bitch.
No, I think this being the result of Jamie's arc here, I do really like this a lot.
Yes. And it's earned. That's the thing. I know a lot of people will say, oh, if she died, it would have shown you raised the stakes, undermines. Like, no, you don't understand. This is the payoff, but it's also showing you that people don't just die for the sake of shock value. Like, the emotional weight of Oot isn't in people's deaths, it's in the consequences of living.
Yeah, I mean, like, combat, like, it's that, and, like, deaths don't mean anything, really. Like, not that they don't have consequence, it's that they're not
that Eleanor makes. Dying doesn't mean what we think it means. We don't. Death isn't the end, it's just a continuation in a different form. And then Matoy wakes up. Now, this was the real surprise, was Matoy surviving.
Yeah.
Like, that really shocked me. I was like, whoa.
Hey. Yeah. No, I felt like this was really well written. Like, when I first played it, I remember playing this and then taking a break because it was a lot to take in, but not because it was too much. It was just a lot. And then I remember being like, I still want to play this. This was like right. I mean, this is right where I stopped.
I was confused as to how Matoy survived after this, but as we got more explanations later and we understand more about Tsukiko works. Once we figured out how intertwined everybody was, because at this point, like, we know that everybody's connected, but we didn't know to like how intertwined. We didn't know the full scope of it.
Like, it's really intertwined.
This must be some kind of miracle, says the girl who is a miracle.
Yeah.
Just so glad you and Mizuri are okay. You and Mizuri are okay. You're okay, right? Wait. And they're doing the yeah. Oh, and the rings, yeah.
Holy fucking shit!
Well, yeah. And it's just really interesting how they immediately know who Missouri is, and it's like,
And then Mizzy immediately fucks.
I mean, she doesn't remember any of it. I do wonder how much she's remembered now of the life.
Right? Does she slowly get the memories back?
Everyone does. Yeah, everyone who everyone already has them if they weren't on the other side at the time. But anyone who came back slowly gets them back. Oh, Toy. What a nickname.
Yeah. Ah, man. This makes me like the... I forgot. This probably doesn't make me like the maids more. I wish we got more... It's really hard to do. I know it's hard to do a bunch of content with a bunch of characters. It's really... I wish they got more screen time.
I mean, there is a reason I helped get the money together to pay for some time for Matoy. I want to do the same for the other characters. So if anyone else is hearing this and you're interested, give me a message on the Discord. We will talk about maybe pulling together some funds, because I know how much it will cost for Anon to do some dates for Matoy and Mikan. Because I've already done Matoy for Mikan and Mayo.
The classic Mizzy outfit.
Oh, I love Mizzy's style. I do. I fully admit it. I'm a giant sucker for Mizzy's style.
I really liked... I still like her, but like Mizzy was one of my top favorites when this game came out.
I mean, she's second. Her and Vic are kind of often tied for me because they're just so much fun. When obviously the trauma conga line isn't in full flow. Anyway.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I'd forgotten that this goes quite a bit past the end of the fight. I swear it does. Remember, there's no end point for this one. 22 just goes straight into 23.
Oh, it does. Ooh,
they nearly whooped us. They
nearly got us there. Man, this was about to be a long chapter. You guys thought you were about to get a long chapter. You almost got us, viewers. You almost got us.
Not this time. Rayze is on the ball.
Don't worry.
All right, guys.
Worry. We will,
we will stop here for now. Yeah, because 23 is the only chapter that doesn't have a title thing.
Yeah, don't worry. I think I know the chapters progressively get longer from here, but 23 and the other one shouldn't be super long. I'll go through and make sure we can
23
get rolling to the heavier
23
stuff.
through to 23 through to 26, 27 are pretty average sized.
And now we're like 23 chapters
we're
away
into Vic's
from
arc
catching up.
now. Yeah, we're into Vic's arc now. Vic's arc shouldn't be too bad.
Oh, man.
Other than the last one, it's
yeah,
not,
I'm
like,
excited to go back over Vic's arc. I'm really excited to go back over Leah's arc because it's been a little bit, and I always feel like
Leah's arc is still overall my favorite arc. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's such a good self-contained story.
It's because of the style. The Carpo is just so fun. She's so fun.
And Leia's character with her inner monologue and how we see. I think it's also the first arc we get where we see the majority, I think, is from a non-CJ perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We hear almost all of it from I don't think we don't hear much of anything from Vic's perspective in her own arc, do we? I don't think we do.
I don't remember either.
Like, I know we get lots from Leia, and we get lots from Ashley and Teresa in their arcs, and Kieran in her arc / Crow. But I don't think we get that much from Vic in her arc. So we'll see as we go, guys.
Well, we'll see as we go. Thank you very much.
But it's interesting that we don't. That we don't.
Thank you very much for watching with us again.
And
sorry for the delay.
22 is great. I do adore it. It's great. It's the chapter that really nailed home my love of Oot for me. Like, 15 was good. 15 hooked me. But chapter 22 was where I was
I would take that stance too. I was saying it earlier, and I didn't really clarify. Yeah, this is what got me to play the game fully. Like, I'm not saying I wasn't going to, but like, I stopped after this point and came back. This is what made me come back. I was like, this is not some regular fucking AVN that I found randomly. Like, this is crazy good. So yeah.
All right. Yes, thank you for joining us once again, ladies and gentlemen. The next one will be chapter 59.
Yeah, we'll have it out. I will have it out next week. I promise. We're winding down in school. work is we're heading into the summer. You know, things are fine, and we'll get it out quickly.
So we'll be back on the grind. So yeah, 59, and then please forgive us for being a little behind. So it might, we'll see how it goes, but we'll get it out soon.
Yeah, 59 wasn't super long, so it should be okay.
59, and I'll be honest, 59 there isn't a huge amount to say that's new, really. Not outside of like the last 10 minutes.
If we think we run out of if we don't think we have a lot of content, we'll come up with some theories because we've been throwing some stuff around. We'll try to.
Yeah, we might just turn it into a full-blown speculation game. But anyway, it's probably not really relevant to anyone watching this in the future because you'll probably be just going straight on to chapter 23, retrospective.
The future is fun to live in, isn't it?
The future is fun to live in. I hope everything is fine and we're not a nuclear wasteland. Goodbye, and thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.